What's up, guys? Ponylover1989 here, and welcome to another reaction episode. Oh, I comb my hair because every time I take a nap or go to bed, it gets messed up. A lot. Well, I guess a lot, I think. I'm not really sure, but I'm guessing a lot. I'm pretty sure you guys heard about the cartoon that aired in 2003 or 2005 called Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. It was created by Powerpuff Girls creator Craig McCracken, and alongside it was Lauren Faust before she developed the television series of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. I've seen a few episodes on Cartoon Network, and there was one time that the series also aired on Kids WB in the 2000s. Well, anyway, I only seen a few episodes, but anyway, Something Different 765 suggested me to react to another cartoon review, and this time it says made by SAS Productions. It's the Media Wiz Reviews Bad Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends episodes. My reaction's gonna be in two parts, but anyway, my reaction begins in 3, 2, 1, and...
Hello, Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough, and we're back at it again with bad episodes of good shows.
Good shows?
Started, I asked around for
Oh, is he wearing an Ed, Edd n Eddy shirt?
And I got a couple of suggestions. Some I and many others have tackled before, like SpongeBob. Some everyone and their mother has covered before me, like Family Guy and Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents and Family Guy, SpongeBob.
More iffy to me because of Butch Hartman's reputation.
Butch Hartman, the creator of the show. The Loud House and Rugrats.
But it seems I was able to whittle these suggestions down to 3 different shows. Hey Arnold, which
Hey Arnold
was covered before me, and I actually might do at some point if I find enough to talk about with the episode in question. Teenage Robot.
My Life as a Teenage Robot.
And believe me, I will get to those 2 episodes soon enough. Just you wait. And lastly, today's subject, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Video on one of the show's TV movies and one of the last productions the show ever had, Destination Imagination. But now I get to sink my teeth into some of the most notorious titles from this show. With a 6-season lifespan, surely we have to have some episodes that
the 6th season
deemed the worst. And sure enough, we're going to be talking about 3 episodes that are usually regarded as some of the worst this show had to offer.
3 worst episodes?
Everyone knows it's Bendy from season 2. And yes, the title is supposed to be a play off of that one song from the Association.
Bendy?
This episode begins simple enough with a family trying to get their kid's imaginary friend Bendy off their hands since he's a
named after Bendy the Ink Devil?
Falls through windows, mysterious long-distance charges, missing power tools, every single rule in the house broken.
Yeah, that sounds really bad and all, but doesn't sound as bad as what happened to that little girl who had that imaginary friend who ended up getting her dad arrested.
Why are you taking my husband? It's all a mistake. I am calling my lawyer immediately.
Go
Nigel, why are you going?
You bathe.
I never do anything right.
So what? What are you saying that for? You're great.
Foster should
She's great. Well, there's already a 2024 horror film called Imaginary coming out.
Pretty tame. However, Frankie and Mr. Harriman say that they've seen this kind of thing before, and their son might be using Bendy as an scapegoat so he doesn't get in trouble. Outraged by this, the parents leave with their son and leave Bendy behind. And I would say it's nice that they try to keep it fairly vague on the matter, but shock of shocks, it turns out Bendy actually is a troublemaker.
Bendy is a troublemaker.
And blaming others, as we get a montage showing our main gang taking the fall for Bendy's actions, all the while Bendy pulls the puppy dog eyes and crocodile tears on Frankie and Harriman every time they show up. And it all comes around to Blue as he gets blamed for writing his name on the wall.
Oh, for goodness sake, Master Blue. Who would be so stupid as to write his own name on the wall?
I get your guys' concern, but don't worry, this is a season 2 episode. Blue's not that much of an asshole yet. In fact, if anything, in later episodes, he'd probably be more pissed off by the fact that he didn't get to do it. So from there, our main gang, more specifically Blue, try to prove their innocence and catch Bendy in the act. They start by trying to catch a photo of Bendy smashing a window with a baseball, but they're too late and Blue ends up in the picture by accident. When that doesn't work, Blue tries to bust Bendy when he mocks Harriman and Frankie over the intercom.
You never get caught, but you blew it now, buddy. Mr. Harriman, Frankie, come to the foyer immediately and you'll see just who it is slandering your good names. Come quickly and see that it is Blue.
Master Blue Regard, put down that intercom device immediately.
I get that Blue is in a very incriminating position right here, but you think that Frankie and Harriman could tell that that wasn't his voice over the intercom? I mean, it'd be one thing if him and Bendy shared the same voice actor, but they clearly don't. And finally, Blue beats Bendy at his own game by rigging a trap that catches a photo of Bendy taking a cookie from the cookie jar, which then leads to a series of unfortunate events and ends with the house getting flooded. And of course, Blue gets the brunt of the punishment because he technically did something worse than Bendy.
Blue? You flooded the house! Yeah, but Bendy took a cookie!
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Let me build up some laughter for that incredibly hilarious payoff to the episode. Ha. Ha.
Blue, what did you do?
At least that episode was short. The other two episodes aren't as merciful. They're both regular 22-minute long episodes. Next up is the season 3 episode, Foster's Goes to Europe. All right. Let's
Foster's Goes to Europe.
Europe's a dangerous place.
You'd be...
With foreigners who don't even speak English.
Oh.
Oh.
Let's hope Twitter's not watching this episode.
Hope Twitter isn't watching this.
For a small fee plus gratuity, we'll teach you phrases necessary for survival. Little there is perfume in the house, Blair.
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, affluent and insulted and outraged.
French accent?
Yeah, if you guys want to learn proper French, you're probably better off listening to that tape that taught Dexter omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
The gang have a few hours before they hop a flight for a European vacation. We begin by establishing a
I remember
bunch of
taking
subplots.
French class
Will
back
wants to
at
pack
school.
light. Eduardo wants to bring all of his stuffed animals, but Max says he can only bring one. Coco is afraid of flying, despite being half plane. Yeah, you figure that one out. Max says that she's more likely to get in an accident on a bus than on a plane.
An accident
So she
on a
starts
bus?
fearing the bus. This comes back later. Frankie tries to teach Madame Foster what chores need to be done around the house while they're gone, but of course, her grandma's a bit of a basket case.
A basket case.
Foster can't be trusted alone. It's true, I won't.
The most important of these subplots
She's
is this
crazy.
European friend named Eurotrish.
Europe Trish?
Eurotrash. Get it? Get it? I said get it?
I thought that was a mix between Europe and Beatrice.
But they don't have enough tickets for her to go. Oh, they also do this running gag where she always sings about how excited she is to go to Europe, and they do it way too many times.
Because I'm a going to Europe.
Poor Grey Delisle. She actually has a really good singing voice, but it's not like you could tell from this episode.
Was that Grey Delisle?
This thing involving Mr. Harriman having to constantly change the schedule every time someone says they're going or not. Most of the time it's Blue, since he keeps changing his mind at the drop of a hat. First he wants to go, then he says Europe is boring, and he would rather stay home and party with Madame Foster and her bowling friends while Eurotrish goes in his place. Then he's convinced to go when he hears Frankie calling for a sitter for Madame Foster, thinking he won't be allowed to do anything he wants under supervision. Then he's convinced to stay when he sees the lady is ancient and, according to Madame Foster, easy to make fall asleep with some tea. But sure enough, Mac is able to convince Blue to go after mentioning Europe's many culinary confections.
Culinary confections.
Waffles and French toast and Danishes, and they have tea. They have tea in Europe? They even have tea time. Every single
United Kingdom's tea. Oh, it's tea time.
What the fuck is you doing, dog? You trying to get executed?
It's tea time, bro.
But yeah, through this episode,
It's tea
there's this
time.
dawning
It's time to act
realization
like
that
the
goes through my
British.
mind that the gang aren't actually going to go to Europe, which is a shame. They could have done some pretty funny fish out of water comedy with a gaggle of wacky imaginary friends in the streets of any given European country, really. It could have been like a Foster's version of the Vacation in Europe side season from the original Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
This episode is just a lot of running around and killing time. It also
Oh,
seems like
killing
it's turns out
time.
Mac is impatient, but considering all the daylight they're burning and they cut it close by 20 minutes to get to the airport, I can't help but feel sympathetic for him. And it especially doesn't help when after a bathroom break,
Everyone wanted to go to the bathroom. Look at that weird dance they're making. It means you have to go.
Hey, look, they brought the whole bus thing back around. Who cares? And just as it seems the gang are gonna make it to the airport in time through a shuttle, Mac doesn't have the tickets,
Airport shuttle.
leading to everyone to act like a jerk-ass and berate
Space
him when they
shuttle
get back to
or
the house.
or airplane?
Oh, Master Mac, I'm most upset by your careless behavior. Now my schedule is both null and void.
I is muy disappointed in you, Senor Mac.
I can forgive anything, but I'm sorry. This is going to take me a little while. Is that okay?
Real nice, Mac. Do you know how long I've been looking forward to this trip? I wouldn't give it up for the world. For the world.
I would say that's the harshest way to guilt trip a child, but considering what happened a couple years here on YouTube with Daddy05,
What did you do? You obviously did.
Invisible ink, it dries and comes out. It's already drying up.
you could certainly do much crueler. Still doesn't make the ending to this episode any better, though. Then the episode ends with a twist, as it turns out that Madame Foster actually stole the tickets from Mac and took her bowling friends.
Madame Foster.
And if you stay during the credits, this happens.
Take me into your warm
It's
embrace.
Europtress.
Singing, stop the singing. Why do you think we sent you away in the first place?
That cat Sosie?
I am going to America.
Wow. Even if you found that character annoying, that was still incredibly harsh. I think that's the best way to describe the ending to this episode.
You're-
Harsh.
Wow,
Anyway,
harsh
let's wrap
on
this
a
up with the season
annoying
4 episode.
Europtress.
I only have a surprise for you. This episode begins with Mac noticing Blue is overjoyed about something since he can't contain his laughter. Mac pieces together he has something planned, and it must be this reoccurring prank that Blue does every year where he surprises Mac with some kind of surprise birthday party at the most inopportune time. One of these times including Mac getting out of the shower.
Blue.
Oh, and he's wearing a tutu.
I really should have seen that last one coming.
Mac goes to Mr. Harriman to hopefully get Blue to stop this, and he agrees to help. But now Mac starts assuming way too many things. He starts thinking that Harriman, as well as everyone else, is in on it, thinking Eduardo and Coco are working with Blue, that Frankie is making a cake, that Madame Foster is buying him presents. They also somehow get away with saying granny panties on a
It's a surprise birthday party.
Going to see all the skin cream, denture cleaner, some more hose.
Dirty pants. And
and thinks that Wilt is helping with decorations for his birthday when it's actually Earth Day.
Earth Day. Wow.
Taking down these decorations, but
Earth Day is the time when you have to celebrate how beautiful and green the earth is.
recycle.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And recycle.
Feminism finally getting representation in the media. It's a good thing too, because it's never ever happened before. Or at least that's what Twitter and BuzzFeed always tell me.
A lot of this takes up the first half of the episode, and Max starts to think he might be overreacting a bit, but soon he reverts back to suspicion when he notices what looks like
A
regular
clown?
birthday clown at the door.
A birthday
He tries to
clown?
tell him that it's an imaginary friend, but Mac doesn't believe it and starts insulting the clown.
We don't want you here. What do you think of Foster's, Bongo?
I hate it. Take me
I think that's bad. See what happened to the clown just a couple towns over.
Oh! Rainbow the Clown from Powerpuff Girls?
Soon Mac reverts back to suspicion yet again as Goo shows up with a
I gotta
present, but she turns it off
get
as
the
just
battery
to
charged.
see an imaginary friend that she made called
See,
Party.
sorry you had to see
But
that.
Mac still suspects something is up as he overhears the gang discussing a party. So he goes full commando mode and starts
Oh,
sabotaging the festivities.
Rambo
Apparently
mode?
Mac can become Spider-Man, considering how handy
Or
he gets around by
Spider-Man?
streamers and scotch tape. At first, it seems like Mac has won the battle, but the war is far from over once it turns out that a B team did everything without Mac knowing. But then Mac finds the room the party will be held in and proceeds to destroy it.
Oh,
Could this possibly be a
boy.
bait and switch scenario
Destroying
where
the
it turns out there was actually a
birthday
for
party.
somebody else?
That's just mean. Oh, it was someone else's birthday.
Oh, it's
SpaghettiOs.
Uh-oh,
Everyone
SpaghettiOs.
is pissed off at Mac. Wanting to make things right, Mac says he wants to throw Artie an even bigger and better party. Blue and the friends agree to help,